Good morning, Nashoba. Katie and Trinity here to give you the latest Nashoba news. Coming up, a fall play reminder, a Nashoba student doing great things, a sports playoff update, that and much more on this edition of Nashoba News.
Tomorrow, Saturday, November 10th, is the Tri-M Coffee House. The event will be held from 10:30 to 1 p.m. Come to the Bolton Bean to watch Nashoba students perform. Take a look at this video to learn more about the event.
Can you edit that out? Do you like coffee? Do you like houses? Do you like music? Do you like mouses? Well then boy, do I have the event for you. Nashoba's first annual Coffee House Performing Arts Festival at the Bolton Bean, sponsored by Tri-M. There will be music, there will be dancing, there will be comedy. It will all be there, sponsored by Tri-M. Did I mention that? I don't know. Definitely. All the proceeds, they will go to Give a Note Foundation. It's a great cause. Anyway, November 10th, be there or be square. I'm out.
Thanks, Max. You will also be able to donate to the Give a Note Foundation, which helps fund music education. The Nashoba Drama Fall Play, A Christmas Carol, is just a week away. The costumes have been fitted, the sets have been painted, and the cast is ready for showtime. Get your tickets at the door for $10 to get into the holiday spirit. Come see a great performance in the talent of your peers.
Let's head over to Elena and Masha for an update on the midterm elections that took place this week.
Good morning, Nashoba. If you missed the recent election news this past Tuesday, we have an update for you. Many seats in the House and the Senate were up for grabs this year in Massachusetts, including U.S. Senator, Governor, Secretary of State, Attorney General, and State Auditor.
Democrat and Senator Elizabeth Warren easily won re-election, capturing 60.2% of the vote, and Republican Charlie Baker, a well-liked governor, won re-election by 67%.
Bill Gavin, a Democrat, had two challengers this year for Secretary of State, Anthony Amore and Juan Sanchez. Galvin was also re-elected with 78.8% of the vote.
There were 3 ballot questions this midterm election. The first focused on the patient's quota for nurses and was not supported by voters.
The second question proposed the creation of Citizens Commission to advance an amendment on the United States Constitution which would limit the influence of money in the elections and establish that corporations do not have the same rights as human Massachusetts. Massachusetts voted yes, leading the way for a commission to be formed.
The third and last question proposed upholding the Massachusetts anti-discrimination law to protect the rights of transgender individuals.
In addition, the Democrats took back the House of Representatives while the Republicans maintained their hold of the Senate, and it was a record night for women in the number of minorities.
For the first time, there are Native American, Muslim, and lesbian women in the House, and Colorado elected their first openly gay governor. Massachusetts and Connecticut elected its first African American congresswoman. Many are calling this the rainbow wave due to the diversity of this election.
That's all for the election update. Now back to Katie and Trinity.
Thanks for that election update. Next week is Homelessness Awareness Week. For the entire week, come up to the Media Center and help make blankets that will be given to the St. Francis House, a homeless shelter in Boston, working to get people off the streets and back into the workforce. Many classes will be completing activities to raise awareness and learn about some ways to help. Let's go over to a concert update with Chloe and Joe.
This past Friday, the Nashoba Choirs showcased their annual fall concert with the theme of Africa. Featuring songs that highlight the hard-fought history of African Americans, the concert was beyond successful.
The show opened up with the concert's inspiration, Toto's Africa, a fan favorite, and led into everything from soulful folk songs to New Girl in Town from Hairspray.
Choir teachers, Miss Glenister, and a cappella leader, Miss Egan, put together a phenomenal concert. Well done to the ladies and gentlemen of Nashoba Choir and a cappella. Here's a video that showcases their talent.
I hate the
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at a special student spotlight about the senior class president, Batame DeBono, and his work with the Special
Yes, my name is Batame DeBono. I recently had the opportunity through Special Olympics Massachusetts to go to the Boston Bruins home opener and help drop the puck. And I was also fortunate enough to attend the Bruins face-off gala that was talking about the new partnership between Special Olympics Massachusetts and the Bruins. Which you haven't heard is a 3-year, $1 million contract in which the Boston Bruins will give $1 million to Special Olympics Massachusetts. So Special Olympics is an organization that helps create inclusive environments for both people with and without IDD, and it uses the qualities of youth leadership, unified sports, and unified health to create a environment where people with IDD can really thrive. And so with youth leadership, they try and teach the next generation about how to be more inclusive and really welcome people with IDD. So through Special Olympics, I've been able to go to the House of Representatives and also the Senate and talk to them and lobby for Special Olympics Massachusetts and why they should give money to us. And just got to tell them what a great organization it is and how much it's giving me and all my friends that I've made throughout it. So I want to thank Special Olympics and the Boston Bruins Foundation for giving me the opportunity to do that. So you can really help by just by being more inclusive in the schools. We have a really great program here through Special Olympics and Best Buddies, but just creating a more inclusive environment is always great. We've always been at the forefront of this, so just keep doing what we're doing right now. Join a unified team. We have the unified track and field team here in the spring, so if you're not playing any sports, you can join that, and it's a great time. Then you can also go to specialolympicsmassachusetts.org, and you can look at other opportunities to donate your time.
This Sunday is Veterans Day, a day created to celebrate people who have served in the U.S. Armed Forces. Let's see what this day means to Mr. Poirier, a Nashoba teacher and veteran.
I think it's probably one of the best things I ever did in my life. I feel as though it helped me gain some discipline in my life. It provided me some, it did provide me some money, for college and other things. And I mean, I met some great people. I traveled to some pretty interesting places. But really, I always talk about one of my top 3 decisions was join the military.
So what does Veterans Day mean to you?
I think it's really important, Memorial Day and Veterans Day kind of go hand in hand. And I think it's important people kind of recognize, veterans who serve, even if they never went to war, even if they just served for 4 years. It's kind of important people don't forget about those people. And I think unfortunately sometimes they do.
Sign-ups for the 2018 Powder Puff football game were last week, and t-shirts were sold during all lunches. The game is on November 19th at 7. Come and represent your class under the lights. The sophomores will play the seniors, and freshmen will play the juniors. Winners of each game will play in the championship game. Good luck to all participants.
The following day, the Lift Up video will be taking place at Nashoba. This is the time to show your great and enthusiastic school spirit. If you wish to participate in this event, see Miss Bailey for more details.
If you missed your appointment for Prestige to take your senior portrait, please listen up. Mrs. Carter has sent out a reminder email about your upcoming appointments in November and December. Please check your emails in the next few weeks for more information. If you do not get your picture taken with Prestige, there is a good chance you will not be pictured in the yearbook. Now let's head over to Ryan and Megan for a sports update.
Hey Nashoba, Ryan and Megan here to update you on all things sports. This past Saturday, the football team won their first playoff game versus Marlboro with a score of 16-13. The Chieftains had a rough start, fumbling the ball within the first few minutes of the game, with Marlboro scoring. In addition, running backs Brendan Lee and Jack Cahill suffered leg injuries, but still played. Despite the few tough breaks early in the game, the Chieftains bounced back in the second half with a 22-yard touchdown to John Fawney, and eventually stopped the opposing Panthers from scoring during the final seconds of the game. This Saturday, the boys will travel to Foley Stadium in Worcester to play Tantascwa. Make sure to come out and support the boys in the Nashoba gear.
Girls soccer played Marlboro in the quarterfinals last Saturday. Unfortunately, they lost with a score of 1-0. Congratulations to the team on a great season, ending with a record of 12-5-1.
Boys varsity soccer has come to an end. The team finished with a record of 5-12. Good job to the graduating seniors and the rest of the team for putting up a good fight. Shout out to the 2018 top scorers, Mitch Scanlon, Nate Buckholtz, and Nick Cudmore.
The girls volleyball team had their first playoff game against North Middlesex last Thursday. They won with a score of 3-0. Shout out to the Nashoba fan section for making Monday the most attended home volleyball game this year. Sadly, the team lost with a score of 0-3 to Medway. Good job to the team for making Nashoba volleyball history as the first team to win a playoff game. Good season, girls.
The golf season may be over, but there's certainly a great story yet to be told. Freshman Gracie Mayer was the only girl on the team with the first one in many years. What a great accomplishment.
Field hockey started their playoff season against Shrewsbury this past Sunday. They beat the visiting Colonials 6-0. They traveled to Shepherd Hill on Wednesday and played Quabbin and won with a score of 5-0. Congrats to Natalie Brown on her 2 goals. Also, great job to Gigi Fay, Erica Spallone, Kira Spedden on their first goals as well. Be sure to support the girls as they move on to district finals at 10:45 a.m. tomorrow in Grafton to face Wachusett. Congrats, ladies, and keep up the great work.
Last weekend, the cheerleading team went to Gardner High School to compete at their Mid-Watch League competition. After a great routine, the girls scored an 88.1, qualifying them for regionals. Congratulations to Megan McNally and Megan Curran on earning the Athletic Awards, and Sarah D. Clemente on earning the Academic Award. Come support the team as they fight to go to states this weekend at Marlboro High School. Make sure to be there at 3:15 to watch them perform.
The boys cross country team had a great regular season with a record of 3-2 and shined at the league championship with 6 runners in the top 12. At Hollis Hills Farms, a 3.1-mile course, Chris Yep had a 3rd place overall finish. Alan Oberlees wasn't far behind in 5th overall. Second for Nashoba following him was Freddie Collins and Dylan Whalen placing in the top 10, and Cam Porter and Ethan Serafin, our 2 very tough captains, who rounded out the top 12. The team has a very good chance at outracing their opponent at the approaching district championship, Saturday in Gardner. Good luck, boys.
It's that time again, Nashoba. Winter sports signups are now open. All interested student athletes must be registered by November 16th to be eligible to play on a team. If you are considering joining a team, the winter sports meeting is on November 15th at 6:30. Now back to Katie and Trinity.
Thanks, Ryan and Megan, for that update. Join in on the canned food drive going on at Nashoba in the next few weeks. There will be boxes around the school, including the cafeteria, the main office, the auditorium, and Ms. Rocha's room. Donations will be accepted all next week and at Nashoba's fall play starting Friday the 16th. All food will be donated to the Stowe Food Pantry. If you have any questions, contact Abby McNulty.
Last week at the football game against Shrewsbury, the Best Buddies team presented their new buddy director. Previously being Sydney Menninger, she handed the baton to Shane Hayao in a well-said speech and presentation.
And now to this week's Teacher Spotlight.
This week's Teacher Spotlight is focused on Mrs. Murata, Mrs. Foley, and Ms. Grigas, who have all partnered with AIS to create interactive classrooms that students help to design.
The 3 teachers worked with classes to brainstorm, design, and pitch their ideas to the Leominster-based company.
AIS, who has supported our school and other local communities, in turn donated furniture to enhance classrooms.
And if that was not enough, the company opened their doors to a student field trip and awarded Cam Gilchrist a paid internship this summer before he heads off to college.
Thanks to these teachers and to AIS for your innovation and contributions to our school.
That's all for this week. Katie and Trinity signing off. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Have a great long weekend and please stay tuned for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.